Here it comes. Just turn this stuck valve, and you'll power up this 100-year-old Swedish dual stove. In this video, I will follow the restoration master here, Luge, to give this century-old antique a perfect restoration. I believe you, like me, when first seeing this stove, are drawn to these two hammer-like fuel tanks, and you might wonder, why are these tanks set so high? Actually, it's essentially a gravity-fed vapor stove. The gravity part is simple. It uses the height difference to let fuel flow down slowly to the burner. As for vaporization, that's the clever part. Liquid fuel doesn't burn well. What burns efficiently is the fuel vapor created after heating. So before igniting, you must preheat the burner to heat the fuel inside. Once vaporized, it mixes with air to form a stable blue flame. We'll detail this later, because right now, Luge has finished disassembly. Next, he uses sandblasting to remove paint from the stand and clear the rust. The media used this time isn't black or white corundum, nor brown corundum, but red garnet. As a natural abrasive, it has moderate hardness and medium efficiency. It causes less damage, so the final surface is much more even. To learn more, you can check this chart comparing common abrasives. Wait, it's a Swedish stove. Why is there a German logo? This was actually a common model in early European industry. Made in Germany, sold elsewhere. Simply put, OEM. Back to the video. After sandblasting for casting marks on the stand and other flaws, Luge uses a grinder to smooth them. As for this logo, Luge wants to preserve its original look, so he first uses a wire brush to clean it. Then he applies heat tape to protect it from paint. For the painting process, Luge opts for powder coating with a curing step. Guided by the static gun, the black powder uses static to evenly coat the parts. Then, by heating it, the materials melt and cure into a hard shell. After doing the paint, Luge applies anti-rust oil to the unpainted logo. Next is the burner, also sandblasted first. The dish below it is the preheat cup. Both burners have issues. One has failed solder, the other is missing parts. For the missing part, he uses the intact one as a template. This tube-like part is mainly used to feed the preheat cup. Therefore, it has a hollow structure. Now with a template, he can easily replicate it and bend a new one. You can see a big difference between them. So for balance, Luge just makes two new ones to replace both, since differing metals are joined. Luge uses brass brazing alloy. Brazing melts the alloy into a liquid metal glue, which capillary action pulls into the joint gaps to secure the weld. After brazing, it goes through grinding and sandblasting. Next up are these to brass hammer fuel tanks. To clean them better, Luge mixed a mild 551 cleaner. That's 500 milliliters water, 50 milliliters hydrogen peroxide, and a bit of citric acid. Just a 30-minute soak gives a thorough clean. After washing, to fix the dents, Luge must first unsolder these two tanks and split them. Then using these two custom spherical molds, along with some tapping, he pushes the dents and forms right out. After all that hard work, the major dents are fixed. Next, he uses sanding to remove inner and outer flaws from the tanks. After sanding, he solders the top and bottom halves back together. By the way, comment in soldering is a type of brazing, and brazing is split by melting temp into soft and hard soldering, with 450 degrees as the limit. The kind using an iron or heat gun is soft soldering, low temp, low cost, and easy to do. It has minimal heat impact. But things needing a torch or a high-temp furnace are clearly hard brazing. It offers high strength and heat and shock resistance. It handles pressure well, and it's great for joining different metals. Also note that while brazing is like glue, too much heat might melt the base metal, and this melted base strengthens the weld. Of course, this requires different fluxes for materials. Finally, the welded tanks get a detailed polish, and this part is done. Next are these two control valves. For the bent one, Luge will remake it. he remade the bent valve stem. But the knob can still be reused. Also, for the entire burner, Luge didn't choose paint or polishing to finish. Instead, he kept the matte finish left by the red garnet sandblasting. This is easy to understand. Or rather, it makes sense. After all, any nice finish will oxidize heavily under prolonged high heat. The last parts are these two black wicks hidden inside the burner tubes. They consist of a metal wire and several hemp ropes. This rope uses capillary action to continuously feed fuel to the hot zone. Also, because of the wick, the gravity feed system won't release all fuel at once. With new wicks installed, all parts are ready. We can start assembly. As for the assembly difficulty, it's extremely simple. Just put it back together. Right as said earlier, before using the stove, it needs preheating to vaporize. And this stable flame continuously heats the burner, vaporizing the incoming fuel. So the system enters a self-sustaining loop of continuous vaporization. Compared to normal wick stoves, it burns much more completely and more intensely. Now attach the two tanks, and this century-old Swedish dual-burner gravity stove is fully restored. Let's add denatured alcohol to test it out after 100 years. Does it still work? Turn the valve to release some fuel into the preheat cup. Then ignite the fuel to start heating and vaporizing. Once the cycle is stable, let's pop some popcorn. Finally, let's look back at this antique, before and after restoration. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Time flies when you have fun. Time to say goodbye. Once again, thanks for visiting Max's shop. Bye.